The world is pissed. You know, what happened to George Floyd and all these other countless victims is crazy. So hip hop has always been there for the people. Anything we releasing, it can't be anti what the culture is going through. It has to be pro. You know, we got to come through. We got to be there. We got to say, hey, me and Joell, we just like you.
Me and Crook share a similar story. You know what I'm saying? We come from opposite sides of the country, but we both came up in the same system, the housing authority system. And on that record, you know, shout out to Arsonists and the Heatmakerz, it evoked that emotion.
When you're in the room with somebody like Joell Ortiz that has a skill level of a Jedi, you don't back away from those type of challenges as an artist. You run to them. So when, you know, Joell hit me, it was like, oh yeah, let me go get this mental workout real quick.
Grandma used to tell me everything would be okay.
My mom was dealing with drug addiction, and I moved over to my grandmother's house while she was dealing with all of that. Whenever I was going through something, whether it would be in the, you know, as I got a little older, and I, you know, whether it was in the streets and doing some wrong, I would just get my grandmother's perspective on it. And she'd be like, she always had a way of making me feel like, don't worry about it though. This too shall pass.
Radiator broke and the cold won't go away. Sick for 6 days, man, this cold won't go away. Elevator stuck and it's no hot water. Another night taking baths in that stovetop water.
We used to boil water on the stove and then dump that water into the tub and then take a bath for as long as you could take it before that water started getting cold.
Mom's running out the house when her blow got shorter. Somewhere in the Bronx, this nigga post-shot Porter is rich families on TV with a robot daughter. I'm standing in the arcade and don't got quarters.
There was a television show called Small Wonder, and well-off family had a robot daughter. Her name was Vicky. And she was like, she had like superpowers. She would do things fast. She'd read fast, lift things up. Like, it was just the ability to afford something that could enhance your life on that level when you're up there living that lavish life. And I'm trying to watch the television by smacking it.
Sneakers got the lean, made my low top shorter. Lint in my hair, snot in my nose, stains on my gear. Nobody knows what it feels like to feel like in real life you gotta lie. To feel like your real life don't feel like you're not alive.
I made the best of it. Like, I used to own what I was, and but in the back of my mind say, there will come a day, I don't care how I gotta get to it, but I'm gonna get to it, and I'm gonna change all of my circumstances.
Standing in the spot where your partner died, too young to see homicide, you traumatized. Visions of the back of your father's ride pulling off. You smelling the exhaust while your mama cries.
My pops pulling off when I was 3 years. I remember my mom's holding my hand. He got into his car. He looked at me. He didn't even look at my mom. He just looked at me. It was like a 3 to 5 second stare. And then he pulled off. You know, my mom was standing there. That's why we don't need you anyway. Whatever you ain't shit anyway. Go back to your other family. I wanted to talk about those things because, you know, they shape you, man.
A young man with no body left to idolize. 28 grams, y'all know the bottle size. My block got monetized, monopolized. Had my own park place. Never put they whip in my spot. I'm driving by my hood right now thinking how the hell I survived that liquor every night. Chicken wings, a side of fries, and beef that never took a day off.
Dog, like, it's all there for you to fail. Like, a dad that jetted out on me, a mom's that was dealing with her pain through drugs. OGs in my ears, some positive, some negative, a gun, a regular, you know, becoming numb to death, then eating unhealthy, and then making decisions after a gallon of Hennessy, like dogs. Like, how the hell am I sitting here doing this interview as a rapper? It's crazy to me sometimes.
Stay off the strip during holidays with fireworks because they are the perfect camouflage for drama to let the K off. And never take work you can't pay off if something go wrong.
Whether it's a favor, whether it's money, whether it's a return on an investment, pay your debts in the hood, because all we ever really have is our word and our nuts, bro.
They cut our electric off, extension cord through the window. Borrowing juice from my neighbors just to play my Nintendo. Playing Mike Tyson Punch-Out and Tecmo Bowl, you know what I'm saying? While everything bad was going on around us, we had some smiles on our face, you know, we had some joy until moms, you know, made enough money to go down and pay, you know, Southern California Edison enough to turn on the lights back on, you know, and then we celebrate, like, go to that, hit that light switch and be like, hey, we back. You know? My mama's boyfriend, Lorenzo, is blazing some endo. He always keeps some weed, but never be around when it's time to help pay the rent, though. My mom, I always tell her, you pick some cold motherfuckers to fuck with, you know what I'm saying? She liked to try to help fix broken men. We felt the effects of that, you feel me? That made me understand when it comes to my own children, I gotta be very careful of who I let into the environment around my own children. Time to keep all the ends meet and eviction notice on my door. Even my friends seen it. I'm embarrassed due to that fact. I've been homeless before a few times. That eviction notice was always that first step of, oh shit, we about to be homeless again. And then when you put all that on top of you trying to be cool with your friends and they see it, when that eviction notice is on the front door, that's on Front Street for everybody to see your business. Be in my crib dreaming I could wear some shoes that I like, hearing my inner demons. If a pair of shoes what you lack, go over there and move you a sack to them niggas fiending. Good reason ain't intervening. Now I'm paying dues with them packs. Dropped out of school without a parachute on my back and hit the streets hard. Please, God, bless the fathers raising them seeds up. Or else it's blue flags, both arms raising them seeds up. Ain't no grade point average raising them B's up. If I ever made hip-hop fans feel like the narrative is true, that all black fathers leave their seeds, I'm apologizing for that in my music because that's not true. But when there is no father present, that man leaves it up to the streets to raise his children. Tried to tell you we damaged, no one believed us. We witnessing terrifying events, hide the pain from my apparent line of defense. If my mama knew I watched my dude perish right on the fence, she'd be scared cause I'm in the trenches with hammers and wrenches. I know how my mom processes information. She's gonna say, well, he's only seeing this because I can't afford for us to live in a better neighborhood. She's gonna take all of the fault. And then she's gonna cry about it. And I don't want her to cry. I don't wanna see my mom's cry. So we just hid it. And in doing that, we developed some certain numbness to things that we were too young to digest in the first place. I don't care, it's right on the hip. And a strong sip is my therapist. Got post-traumatic stress disorder, but I'm unaware of this. I was dealing with being a child, seeing kids get killed my age, going to funerals early, not being able to talk to my homie that was with me every single day. Now he's gone forever. Seeing him lowered into the ground in a small casket because he ain't even grew all the way up yet. All this type of shit for me as a shorty trying to digest that mentally, man, cracked the bottle open. Now I'm in the back seat with the older homies. They cruising in that foe, drinking and trying to self-medicate, man. I normalized the normal lies coming from my professor emeritus. My OG was like a terrorist heretic teaching me good and bad. You know the hood is sad when a killer is playing the role that your dad should have had. I dropped out of school young. A lot of people weren't in my age group out of school yet. So I had to hang around OGs. That particular education, some of it I just didn't need. Some was cool, bro. Some of the shit they taught was just not right to be teaching somebody that young. And I would never put that kind of information into a young man's head, ever. I wouldn't. If he was here, maybe my pants wouldn't sag. Maybe I know how to smile instead of looking mad. You know? Growing up, I always blamed a lot of things on him. He was my invisible punching bag. I think part of that is just being a boy growing up to a man without a male figure in the house. You feel me? I remember one time, my uncle, rest in peace, my Uncle Leroy, who I talk about on the song Goodbye. I remember right before he died, he had his whole family over his house. My father looked over at me and my brother, and he didn't even know who we were. He didn't know that was his two sons sitting in his brother's kitchen. He just took a look at us, kept playing cards. My uncle stood up and he came. He was like, man, if this cancer wasn't killing me right now, I would fuck my brother up right now for not knowing his own children. Made his brother come over to the thing. My father came to the kitchen. Hey, man. Let me introduce myself. We know who you are. Do you know who we are? My father tried to introduce himself to me because he didn't know who I was. Took me outside and told me, hey, man, your mom. I said, listen, don't talk about my mom. You know what I'm saying? Because she stayed there through thick and thin. Fast forward, my father is on his deathbed. couple months ago. I give him a call. I get to tell him everything that I really wanted to tell him. Couple minutes after I told him everything, he flatlined. Moral of the story, if your father's not in your life and he's still alive, reach out. It's okay to be the bigger man. Go find out why he did everything he did. Go find out if there's any good in him to add to you. Because I wish I had that opportunity now. And it's gone. This is much needed in the culture. We appreciate you and what you're doing. We appreciate what Genius is doing for the culture.